How do linear equations model real-world problems? Imagine trying to figure out how much money you will make if you work extra hours or how far you can drive with a certain amount of gas. These are everyday problems that can be solved using something called linear equations. Linear equations are simple math expressions that show a straight line relationship between two things. Usually, they look like y equals m times x plus b. Here, y is what you want to find, x is what you know, m is how fast y changes when changes, and b is where the line crosses the y-axis. These equations help us understand situations where one thing changes at a steady rate compared to another. For example, if you earn a fixed amount of money per hour plus a base salary, your total earnings can be written as a linear equation. The rate you earn per hour is the slope, and the starting amount is the y-intercept. So, if you earn $10 an hour and start with $50, your total earnings after working hours is written as y equals 10 times x plus 50. Linear equations are everywhere in real life. If you want to find out how old someone is now based on their age a few years ago, you can set up an equation. If a person was 20 years old 5 years ago and another was 10, you can write equations to find their current ages. When you go shopping and see a taxi fare that starts with a fixed fee plus a charge for each mile, you are looking at a linear model. For example, if the starting fee is $3 and each mile costs $2, the total fare is y equals 2 times x plus 3. This makes it easy to calculate how much a ride will cost for different distances. Electricity bills are another good example. If your daily electricity use stays the same, the total units used after a certain number of days can be modeled with a linear equation. If you use 10 units each day, after 5 days you will have used 50 units, which is a linear relationship. Budgeting and profit calculations also use linear equations. If you sell a certain number of items at a fixed price, your total income depends on how many items you sell. Fixed costs like rent or equipment are the y-intercept, and the profit per item is the slope. Comparing different options, like phone plans or wages, can be done with linear models. If one plan charges a flat fee plus a certain amount per minute, and another charges a different rate, you can compare costs for different usage levels easily. Speed, distance, and time problems are classic examples of linear relationships. If you drive at a constant speed, the distance traveled is directly proportional to the time spent. For example, if you drive 60 miles per hour, after 2 hours you will have traveled 120 miles. In geometry, linear equations help find unknown angles or lengths when certain conditions are given. If two angles add up to a straight line, their relationship can be written as a linear equation. Using graphs makes these relationships even clearer. The slope shows how quickly one quantity changes compared to another. The y-intercept shows where the line crosses the y-axis, indicating the starting point or fixed value. In short, linear equations turn real-world problems into simple math formulas. They help us see how things are connected and find answers quickly. By identifying the variables, writing the right equation, and solving it, we can understand many everyday situations better. This makes solving problems easier and more straightforward.